The Common Core controversy has local lawmakers and some education advocates sounding off tonight. Some Republicans and Democrats coming together to say Common Core testing could have a lasting negative impact on the future of teachers in New York State and really all across the country. They're upset over teacher evaluations being tied to student test scores. Our Capitol reporter Kimberly Howard live in our Capitol Bureau tonight. Kimberly, lawmakers and some teachers unions, they're pushing for a more localized approach, right?
There, Greg. They say a student's score on a written test should not determine how well a teacher is doing, especially when you consider that some districts in New York are struggling with funding and others are much more well off. They say teacher evaluations must be done by someone with an idea of the challenges a particular district is facing, and if standardized testing is pushed instead, well, we could see a lot fewer teachers in New York. This group of lawmakers, educators, and parents say students in our state are being over-tested based on flawed standards. They're backing the Common Core Parental Refusal Act, which would ensure that no one is penalized or rewarded either for taking the exams.
The answer is not more standardized testing. The answer is not more stress.
Advocates of the proposal say over-testing is a major reason behind fewer students wanting to get into the teaching profession in the first place. New data released by the U.S. Department of Education shows a stark decrease in the number of students enrolling in teacher prep programs and a decrease in the number of students becoming certified teachers in New York State.
And that's a true tragedy.
Lawmakers like Assemblymember Pat Fahey say the issue isn't only Common Core, but a new round of teacher certification tests rolled out last year.
We began to implement all these new standards for teacher training programs and began the testing practically at the same time we were implementing it.
The Union United University Professions Vice President for Academics says a single test should not be the deciding factor of whether a teacher becomes certified. She's hoping a safety net system can create options for teaching students who fail. And she says when it comes to evaluating teachers already in the classroom, funding discrepancies between rich and poor districts need to be considered.
Those things are being largely overlooked because there's so much emphasis on blaming teachers, and that's discouraging young people from wanting to go into a profession that really, is very challenging.
Now, Governor Cuomo has been a driving force behind tying student test scores to teacher evaluation scores, but he's also proposed the idea of having an outside agency take over some of the state's so-called failing schools. That way, that could help everyone make the grade. But lawmakers in Cuomo's own party have been opposed to that, and some are hoping that the newly appointed Board of Regents members can help in de-emphasizing this type of standardized testing. Live from the Capitol Bureau, Kimberly Howard, CBS 6 News.